Welcome to step 3 of the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. So in this step, I'm going to talk about the perfect resume and cover letter. The last video was all about how to find a job, but to make sure that you're able to get the jobs you're looking for, you need to match that particular job with the perfect resume and cover letter. So because you're trying to get to Canada, I want you to first of all understand that with every country, there is a structure to the kind of resume that they're looking for. And that is what you're going to learn in this module. Without wasting any of your time, we're going to go right in and see how you're going to make your resume look like the Canadian resume, especially what the employers are looking out for. Let's dive in. So the next step right away is resume and CV key points. So number one is professional qualification. So I always use myself for an example. I'm a nurse, right? So ensure that your resume is relevant to the industry you apply into. For example, a nurse can also apply for a caregiver position while an electrician cannot. You know what I mean? So let's say even if you're an electrician who used to be a nurse before, but the big question is, for the job you're looking for, what qualification do you have at that point in time? If your qualification is showing that you have a degree, or you have a diploma, or you have a certificate in personal as a personal care worker, or as a caregiver, or as a nurse, as a doctor, whatever it is, that means you should be applying in that same position, and you should highlight these things as well in your resume. Number two is people skills. So what are people skills? Ensure that you highlight your people skills like teamwork, communication, adaptability, problem solving skills in your resume, because these are so important, and it's super useful in the Canadian industry. What do I mean by people skills? Again, using the example, the reason I use the nursing profession for all my examples is that because we work with a lot of people, nurses, doctors, construction workers, electricians, they might be restricted to like their position where they're doing their job, but there are these professions where you get to meet people. You're working with as in someone else, you're discussing with family members. So you have to have all these skills because it's super, super important. That's why I kind of highlighted in when I was showing you guys how to apply for a job under that Bayshore company, that you read the job specification and the job qualification, because that will give you an example of how to structure your resume. So make sure that you highlight the people skills based on what you see on the job specification, what they are looking for. That would help you put in the right information at the right place. Then number three is technical skills. So let's take for an example, apart from being qualified for a job and having a people skills, let's say you can communicate very well and you have a degree, or you have your diploma, or you have your certificate, you have your WAEC, your secondary school certificate, and you have all this, you're qualified, but can you actually do the job? That's one of the problems we have right now with some jobs people apply for. People can find information online and put it all together to show that they have the skill for a job. But once they come in, they cannot really do the job. So you should be also able to make sure that the technical skills can match what you're applying for. That's why I said in number three, aside from being qualified for a job and being able to work with people, you should actually be able to do the job. For example, a nurse should be able to administer medications, give injections, while a data scientist should know data analysis and computer skills. That's basically the point I'm trying to make here. So I hope this kind of makes sense. If you get to the point you're trying to apply and you're a little bit confused, what I need you to do right away is come back to this and look at these three key points again: professional qualification, people skills, and technical skills. Then that would help you structure your resume. So let's take a look at a sample resume so that I can show you guys what the examples I just mentioned below. So this is an example of a Canadian sample resume I would really want you to utilize in this process. Pretty much, I'm not going to waste so much time on this, but this is just an example of the things I talked about prior to coming over here. So I'm not going to waste time trying to like explain everything, because you're going to get this as part of the blueprint for the migration program, visa program. All I want you to do is simple. When it comes to your name, this is simply plug and as in switch things around. So right here, you put your name, put the your address, your phone number, your email, highlight your as in highlights of qualification. So as you're reading through, for example, retail sales clerk, known for exemplary customer service, team player, mindset, just like some of the things I talked about, people skills. This is where this person talked about, oh, okay, I'm a team player and exceptional cash handling accuracy. This is where you talk about, you highlight your qualifications, things you can do under that platform or under that particular skill set that you applied for. Then area of expertise. So, right? So pretty much the same thing. Here she talked about, this is like retail sales, cash handling accuracy, credit card transaction. Like I said, this is just a sample. What I need you to do is take this sample CV, go through it, just like it's gonna be in a Word format. All you need to do is read through, and then plug in your information, because this is just the format. This is exactly the same format I used for my resume to apply for my jobs. Same thing. This helps you to get the structure right. When you're writing about your employment as in history, same thing. You start from the lowest to the most current. As you can see, this is 2017 to 2020. Then over here, 2015 to, like, we are all smart people here. So I'm not going to try to like explain everything in details here. The only point I want to talk about here is this. At the end, just make sure that your resume is not more than 2 pages. 1, 2, right? But this is the most important thing. At the end, just write something in a red format. I am immigration ready, international English language test and educational credential assessment for Canada done. What is this going to help with your application? It's going to help your employer know that, okay, this person has done their English language test, which is the next part we're going to go in, and you've done your educational as an assessment done. Even if you have not, this is just a way to get your employer to know that, okay, it helps your resume to stand out, your employer to know that, okay, all right, this person is ready to go. So let's get this person on as in and get the process as in up and going. Again, like I said, this is just get the information, put it in, and put your information and follow the process. I'm not going to talk so much about this. This particular resume, it's self-explanatory. Follow the steps and get yours done. Okay, let me quickly go back to my PowerPoint presentation so I will show you what a good resume should look, as in what you should be looking out for in a good resume, and also an example like this to as in tie it all together. Okay, sorry, my bad. I wanted to say let's go back and talk about what a good cover letter should look like. So now you have the information on how to write a good resume. What about your cover letters? Let's quickly look at the key points on what you should have in a cover letter. So ensure you write a custom cover letter for each job you apply for. That's super important. Again, for an example, if I'm a nurse and I'm applying for a job as a nurse, I will have to, write a different cover letter to make it look as in to make it fit for that particular job. And if I'm applying for a personal support worker or a caregiver, I also write different as in cover letters to make it sound out. What are the reasons for someone writing as in a custom cover letter for each job you apply to? It shows professionalism. Number two, it helps separate you from other applicants. So if everyone is using the same information, yours is different, right? It's always good for someone to stand out. Then number three is that it's the first thing an employer sees, as it says a little about you, the position you're going for, and finally, why an employer should look at your resume. A good cover letter gets your resume seen, right? So if you have all the points and you highlight some of the key points an employer is looking for in a cover letter, definitely they want to see your resume and be like, okay, if this person has this qualification, let's see what this person has to offer. Let's quickly let me take you guys over to a sample cover letter so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, this is a sample cover letter that I would want you to use, just like the resume template that I showed you. This is going to be plug it in your information and you're good to go. But again, first of all, you have to put in the name of the company you're applying to, the address, which you're going to find in all, once you hit the apply site on indeed.ca, you find all of that. You put the city, the state, and the zip code. Then dear Mr. Mrs. hiring manager, last name. If you have that information, you plug it in. Even if you don't have it, it's fine. But it's always good for you if you find one to put it in there. It's kind of as in it's let me put it this way. It's going to connect with the person more, because they'll be like, okay, this person actually took time to find out who I am if I'm the manager of this company. So it's really good if you find that information, but if you don't, it's fine. Then again, if you're writing this, please remove the information paragraph. One, introduce yourself and job you're applying for. Remove this entire information here once you're done. This is just an example of what you should be doing below. So here you introduce yourself and the job you're applying for. And this is an example, right? Paragraph 2, talk about previous experiences in the role, right? And then paragraph 3, assurance and gratitude. And then leave a phone number or an email where you can be reached. Like I said, remove this information here, remove this information here, remove this information here when you are done. Every information on this area here is just an example. This is just a sample that I got from a friend. I got it from a friend's example, and it's really nice. You know, it's not really the type of the one I have, you know, before, but this is really good. I love it so much. That's why I'm sharing it here too, so that you guys can use. So here at the end of the day, at the end, you put your name. You put your name. This is just a very, very, very strong, powerful cover letter template. So use this one, plug in your information, and remove this paragraph, the highlighted red information. Write your information down here and remove this. Right here and remove. Follow this process and we're good to go. Remember, in the resume I said that put that you're immigration ready and you've done your IELTS and you've gotten your degree assessed. The reason is that the employer can find your resume, can find your information good, so that they can offer you a job. So what if you've not really gotten your IELTS result and you've not assessed your degree? That's the next step we're going to go in right now, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that. So once you apply for this position, the next step is go and get those informations ready, because you've already indicated that you have them, even if you don't, so that you can get it ready, so that if you get that job, you know that you're ready to submit those information once they request for it. I'll see you guys in the next video, which is the step 4 on how to get your apply for your IELTS result. If you've not, then the next video will be for you. It's for you. But if you have it already, then you can skip that video and get to the next step, which is step 5. See you guys in the next video. Bye for now. Sorry, lest I forget, I have these 2 websites. So I believe not everybody is going to want to use the samples that I provided in there. So these are 2 websites for people who want to build something entirely different. So it says build a cover letter. And with this website, so the good thing is that it has information on how to build websites for every industry. So if you scroll down, it tells you what a cover letter should say, general cover letter, professional cover letter, everything. Then as you scroll down more over here, it shows you like professional cover letter samples, right? So you can use any of this to write as in yours. So entry level cover letter, every type of information you're looking for, it's right here. Email cover letter, relocation cover letter, like this one could be something you might want to use, right? So then this is really good. Click your industry below to find examples. So you can, if you're in accounting and finance, you can look for cover letter example. If you're in food service, healthcare and well-being, this is a very good website for you to also look into. If you're not really interested to use the ones I provided, you can go right here and get the needed information that you want. Like I said, this link will be in the downloadable links that I will provide for you guys, right? So, but I just wanted to show you guys that there are other options too. It's resumegenius.com, right? Then you have another one called monster.com. Pretty much the same thing. So these are like resume examples. Assistant manager resume, call center resume, customer service resume. So this is really good. This is like a resume template for every industry. We have art, design, media, resume examples. So again, so this is really good for everybody. If you're someone who wants to apply as a child care provider, you can come take a look. So we have child care, babysitter, nanny resume, engineering resumes, finance and accounting, healthcare resumes, caregiver resume. Like this is really, really powerful. So you can use this information, nursing resume. So if you don't want to use the one I provided for you guys, these two websites are super important. Here you can create your resume and here you can create your cover letter. Again, utilize these two or use the ones I provided. But don't forget, with the resume, include at the end of the day that you're immigration ready in red letter, that you've done your IELTS exam and that you've gotten your degree assessed, so that it will give you as in a better chance to stand out, right? I hope this helps. So let's get to the next step like I promised. Bye for now.